Okay. So, hey there, Michelle.
Hello.
Uh-oh, it wasn't done with us.
Uh-oh. She always wants to get up on my lap when that music plays.
Oh, does she like it or she's scared of it?
I'm not sure, but she just wants to be a part of it, I guess.
Okay, well, I'm going to say she absolutely loves it.
Yes.
We're going with that. So, it's just me and Michelle tonight because Denise apparently is on vacation.
Rude.
I again. So, anyway, and that's what the topic is tonight. The importance of taking time off. And Denise is like, yeah, well,
I'm
yeah,
taking time off.
take some time off. Okay. So the importance of taking time off, going on vacation. And when I say going on vacation, I don't mean you actually have to go somewhere. You know,
Denise took you serious.
she took me. She went somewhere.
Yeah, isn't she exploring zoos and state
Yes.
parks and stuff?
All right. So okay. So here she comes a place in her life where she can do this. All right. But what you may not be missing from that is all the work she did to get to a place where she goes, you know what? I'm going to go to the San Diego Zoo this weekend or today, Tuesday. Okay. And then maybe in a couple of weeks, I'm going to go to the Bronx Zoo, which I highly recommend.
Mhm.
All right. Because she set up her business in a manner that she can do so. And that takes work.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So sometimes not so much easy decisions need to be made, but she made them. And so here she is enjoying herself. Okay.
Absolutely.
So
Mhm.
let's just talk about why taking time off is so important. There's like, I don't know, dozens and dozens of like college studies and experiments and whatever that come to the conclusion. There was one particularly in Harvard who found out that people who take vacation are less likely to have heart attacks.
Oh, that's fair.
Okay. Right. There's studies in there was one study in Psychology Today. Don't ask me the year or whatever. Okay. But what they came to the conclusion is that the reason that vacations are so important is that it stops your mind.
Mhm.
Okay. Sometimes we just go and go and go and go and go, and it is not a badge of honor.
No, not always. Sometimes maybe to push to get the thing done, but no, not to just
If
continuously do
there
it.
is an end goal to
Mhm.
it, okay, but not a continual lifestyle of work, 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 work until you crash out. In fact,
Mhm.
I was at my annual doctor's appointment today, and she was telling me that, you know what, part of the reason that a lot of people are overweight is because they're living in such a stressful state of being all the time.
Well, that's part of it. Don't get me started.
Part
Well,
of it.
don't get me started. We'll talk liver.
Well, see, and that's also when I was having a conversation. That was the other part that I was bringing up. I think our food chain has so screwed us up that it's changed our body chemistries.
It's not just that, it's how we eat and when we eat
Yeah.
and why we eat. So many people are being taught and are just brainwashed that you got to have snacks or little meals all throughout the day without even taking a respectful look at how those processes work. Look at the processes of the pancreas. Look at the processes of the liver. Uh, that's just not how we're supposed to eat. How we eat today, even the 3-course meal or the 3 meals a day, is a misnomer. It's something that was taught to people as they were taught to work in the industrial age, and that's just expanded into our horrible lifestyle. You need to eat a small amount in the morning and then let your pancreas and liver process that food without any other thing. And of course, too much sugar, too many carbs, especially yucky synthetic carbs. Oh, just don't get me started. I've soaked in that. We should do podcast on that. Just on nutrition alone, I will go off the deep end.
All right. So, okay, let's talk. Okay, let's finish up vacation. And then we will skip over to nutrition. How's that?
Fair.
Okay. So, vacation simply means that you stopping working.
Mm.
Okay. That means you put away all the things that have a deadline on it. And both Michelle and I are working on books, and we've got this imaginary deadline in our heads, right, Michelle?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So sometimes you need to put that aside. But that's what a vacation is. It's giving your brain you're giving your brain a vacation.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that it can reset itself and go, oh my God, I gotta get off this hamster wheel. I can't take it anymore. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that can look at anything. I mean, it could be like, I don't know, like with Denise is like flying to one city after another to go to.
She really is.
Okay. Which is probably not my idea of a vacation.
Not at all.
So vacation looks different to different people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So my idea of a vacation right now, okay, means I'm grabbing up some grandkids and we're going someplace fun. All right. Like
hiking for 5 miles.
Just someplace fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know, park they want to go to. And I don't even do rides. I'm going to be the keeper of things.
Mm-hmm.
So leave all your things with me so you can go on the ride, enjoy, wave to me, come get me, because you know what, I'm done with roller coasters and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I'm just the opposite. I have traveled and seen and done so much in my youth that my favorite thing is to be home and not have to go outside. That's my favorite. That's a vacation for me. But I do have a pool, so.
Okay, but you know, whatever it is that your idea is, that you're not working,
right?
Okay, and give yourself more than a day and not call it a vacation because you took one day off to sit by the pool. Okay, and then the very next day you went back to work because you know you had a vacation. Give yourself a couple of days at the pool, Michelle.
Well, now I have to, because my husband will come and stop me and stand there and press all the buttons and make me get up. So I have to take breaks.
So, and it can be traveling. If traveling is your thing, then, you know, work for it. Okay. But it can just simply be staying home. Michelle's by her pool. I'm out here in my garden, not going anywhere. And the key to vacation, Michelle, is the computer is off.
That's rude.
Computer is off.
That's fair. You have to take a break. You have to lay your head down.
No matter what it is I'm doing, there's nothing that important. All right. And I've learned that kind of the hard way, that you take a vacation, you spend all this money to go on vacation, and then something happens and then you got to deal with it while you're on vacation. That's not a vacation.
Right.
You know, computer stays home. Vacation messages are awesome. In fact, I periodically have to check my responder for my email that I take off the vacation messages every once in a while.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to agree with that. You have to rest your neck. You have to get away from whatever it is that you're embroiled in, because that's creating a mindset of cortisol. You know, you're in here, you're working, you're doing good things, and that's always good. And it's good to feel good about what you do for a living. But you have to unplug from that life and totally go to where you're in a meditative state, whatever that looks like for you, and just unplug from what you're doing, be separate from it, and have a boundary. All the rest of the people in your life that are always calling, hey, I need this, I need that, or can you answer this question, or blah, blah, blah. All that has to be cut off, because guess what? When you're done refilling your soul, all that stuff's going to be there when you get back.
Yeah.
And there's more of it where that came from. So if you could make a boundary for yourself, absolutely unplug, unwind, and do something for yourself. Fill yourself up again so that you could then continue to do what you'd love to do.
And also in the same vein too, taking care of ourselves. Yesterday I had a cranial sacral massage.
Mm,
That was the first time I've had one.
mm.
There's not a lot of practitioner. Okay, I take that
Yeah,
back.
that changes everything.
You know,
Yeah.
there wasn't one when I lived in Connecticut close by,
Mhm.
and I found one here quite by accident because I was the winning bid for a massage at the animal welfare
Mhm.
um, Ding, and I saw on the thing that she also did cranial sacral. I was like, oh, I'd like to try that.
How about that?
How about that?
Yeah.
So here's the thing, all right? If you've never had it, I recommend you get one. Michelle, first of all, do you know that my heart rate went down to like 68 beats per minute?
I believe you because we hold a lot of strain and anxiety and tension in our head muscles. I
And
was so stressed at one time, I actually had a Charlie horse on top of my head that she had to massage out. That's how much stress I was holding at that time. It's been a while though.
okay, so I have had ongoing sinus problems since I was a child.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I went in there, and it was like just like the very beginnings of some sinus issues,
Mm-hmm.
and whatever she did,
Mm-hmm.
I'm good. There's nothing up going. I can say nothing going on up here, but there's nothing going on over here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people don't realize how much tension you hold in the muscles
Yeah.
across your skull that are really and your neck especially that are really keeping you from being all the way relaxed.
Yeah. So if you get an opportunity to do a cranial sacral massage, do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was just because she's actually the only one in this area that does that.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so if you're in the Squim, Port Angeles area, her name is Ivy Phillips. Well, she's worth every penny.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now we think we've covered it's important to take a vacation enough.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we slide over to nutrition?
I think it's important. Now, I am not a nutritionist. However, I've lived quite a few years. I've been through quite a few diets and things that are trendy and this and that and the other. And I've tried a lot of things. I've been small, I've been bigger, until finally this last stint, I guess in January, I was really bad off. My sugar was 500 as measured by a glucose meter, and I felt like I was going to die. I felt like my organs were dying. And I said, I can't really live like this anymore. And it's not that it's sugar, and it's not that it's just too many carbs and eating out all the time. And although that contributes to it, number one, you have to calm your mind. You have to take space away from whatever is working you up, making you intense. And you have to start by cleaning your liver. Your liver has insulin resistance. 90% of us have insulin resistance, and that's why it's so hard for us to lose weight. It's not calories in, calories out. There is a really good trainer. His name is Ben Azadi, Azadi. He wrote a book called Metabolic Freedom, and he addresses that. Diabetes 2, type 2, is probably the easiest and most difficult to turn around, but you absolutely can do it. It's difficult because it's hard for people to get out of their routines, but it's easy because all you do is follow the steps and it works.
So
it's amazing.
Metabolic Freedom. Now I'm going to go see if it's available on Audible.
Probably. He's a bestseller. He talks all over the world. He just got married.
Well, I got all my credits back.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, so it's just really important. You have to be nice to yourself. And I always thought to myself, well, why haven't I been doing? Why can't I be as nice and caring and loving as I am to dogs? I would never let a dog get fat or have not bad nutrition or whatever. I monitor them very carefully to make sure they're happy and healthy and bright-eyed. Why would I not give my own self that care? And I really had to work through that. Really had to work through those demons a little bit. And I finally have decided I do care about myself. I do want to live. Who else is going to take care of my babies the way I take care of them? No one. No one.
Well, today, my dogs might argue with that because they all got their nails cut. So there was trauma in the Oquendo household today,
I feel that.
you know. But you know what? We got past it with a little bit of sliced chicken.
Mm. Yeah, it's minnows over here, dried minnows.
My dogs don't like them.
No, they got to have them. And chicken makes them digestively upset.
Oh no, this chicken is fine here. They just needed something um, to get over the trauma of getting their nails cut. It's mostly just Cecil.
That's fair.
It's mostly just Cecil.
Uh-huh.
You know? He's the one that, you know what, I pay to have his nails cut. And it's like, I don't even care what they charge. What, $200? Cut his nails? Go for it.
Fine. Just so you don't have to deal with it. No, I still trim their nails, and I'm still quite a nail Nazi. I don't mind saying, but at least they get either a hug and a towel, or Papa holds them, so their feet are sticking out, and it just takes a minute, but they are just half dead by the time it's done. They just can't stand it. They're really good for it, but they will complain. Let's say.
Well, Speedy is a drama queen.
Yeah.
He will scream like I'm like literally pulling the toes out of his foot.
Aren't you though? Is that how you learn how to do it?
And Pooh's okay. Pooh I could do anything to.
Yeah.
You know? But Cecil, he's like, you know what? I'm not having any of this.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. That's fair.
So the next time they'll get their nails cut is when they're being boarded when I go on vacation.
Yeah.
I'm like, while he's here, cut his nails.
Do the things, right?
Things. You could charge me extra? No, I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. But as soon as you make the decision that, you know, a lot of it, and there's a woman who's having seminars and doing talks about body boundary violations. And it could be as bad as rape and abuse. Sometimes it's just being touched with when you don't want to. Sometimes it can happen within a marriage or without a marriage. It can be done by family, and your brain just interprets it that as stress and abuse. If you're not allowing yourself to be touched, but people are jostling you or touching you inappropriately, and that could be anything, not just genitalia. It could just be people touching you. I have a large bubble myself, so it's very hard for me to be all touchy lovey dovey. I have to know you first. But I mean, it happens a lot with that. And we start to think that we just don't have any control over being touched or having a boundary or whatever. There's so many things that can throw us into that mindset about, well, I'm not worth me loving. I'm only here to love somebody else. I'm only here to take care of somebody else. You know, I can deal with it, whatever. And then you end up just crumbling. And it's really kind of your fault. And I'm not blaming the victim. I'm just saying I'm giving you the power to take it back. You know, you absolutely can decide, you know what? I know sugar is bad for me. I'm going to try and limit that in my diet. I know eating, potato chips and popcorn all the time is bad for me. I'm going to try and limit that or eliminate it from my diet. I know I'm not supposed to drink. I know I'm supposed to have a lot of meat rather than vegetables because that's how my body works. That's not how everybody can do it, but that's just how my particular body works. And you have to find what's good for you. And our stomach is only as big as a fist, technically. So why are we eating these platefuls of food and dessert and 3 drinks and going back for snacks? Like it's a lot. And that's a lot of stress you're putting on your liver and a lot of stress that you're putting on your pancreas. And you have to think about it like your body is a machine. And it either stores fat or it burns fat for fuel. So you want to keep it, especially if you have some pounds that you want to lose, you want to keep that in the fat burning and not just calorie burning, sugar burning. So you're either a sugar burner or you're a fat burner, but you want to keep your body doing that. So let's say that I'm doing a fasting season, and a lot of people say, oh, fasting, I can't go without food. You won't go without food. There's a way of fasting, like I'll have breakfast in the morning, which consists of 3 eggs and maybe some sausage and half an avocado. And then I'll have something, either another egg or a piece of meat, either chicken or steak, or it can be lunch meat, with another avocado or something else like that, or a small salad. And I'll have that second meal by 10:30. And then I don't eat for the rest of the day. And that works for me, because everybody's like, oh, I'll be so hungry. I'm hungry by then. You're hungry because you are in the mix. Your body is being taught to be hungry and get that sugar. It's like a drug addict. You want that sugar. But I'm telling you, after about 2 weeks, you don't even feel that way anymore, and you feel better. You could move more. You can reduce your visceral fat, which is exactly what's hurting you in the first place. Not just subcutaneous fat. The visceral fat that packs around your organs is a cause, a symptom of that your liver is not processing correctly. You have insulin resistance. So normally, a diabetic would have something that raised their blood sugar. So instead of that, they just shoot more insulin. Well, instead of doing that, let your body work for you instead of against you. Like I think they give you a cookie or something after they give you a plasma, they take your plasma. And the cookie is the worst thing. When you go and get chemo, they give you juice and a cookie. And that's the worst thing you can have. Most cancer can feed off of sugar. Why would you take sugar after a chemo appointment? It boggles my mind. And after, like I said, I'm not a nutritionist, but I have studied this guy, and he not only has the science behind it, he's got all these doctors that also follow him and reinforce what he's saying is true.
Well, and got the book on my Audible, but
yeah.
I got to finish up the book I'm currently on.
Yeah.
And I will report back probably in several weeks.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so I'm following him right now, and I've lost probably 50 pounds since January, and it just hasn't come back. Now, I took a break from those eating habits during my 2 weekends that I was in Dallas and Kentucky. And I thought, oh my gosh, I'm just going to gain it all back. You know what? I haven't. I've kept it off because within that time I was so strict that I absolutely have trained my insulin that comes out of your pancreas, and I've taught my liver that they can depend on me. Your body is depending on you to not lie to yourself. It's depending on you to feed it the things that you need to survive and to be healthy. So instead of reaching for that health bar or whatever it could be in it, just eat some eggs.
I'm just going to say just one thing about those protein bars.
Mm-hmm.
They're crap. They are so crappy for you. They honestly and truly, if you got a choice between, like, I don't know, a really good protein bar and a Snickers bar, there's no real difference.
There's no real difference. That's right. Even the best of them, if you're not getting the protein you need, your body needs 40% of what you intake in protein goes to your skin and hair. So that anything left over is going to your body itself. So if you think about that, you're not getting enough protein. You should at least be getting enough protein. You should get a gram per pound of healthy body weight. So if you're supposed to be 135 pounds, which I'm not there yet, you should be at least getting 135 grams of protein. That is more than you think it is. Everybody's like, oh, I won't get enough food. You will get plenty of food. I swear to you. Sometimes you'll be sick of food by the time you're done. But if you decide that you want to do this because you love yourself and you're not going to do that, I have friends that are like, oh, I'm just trying to live my life. I want to have fun while I'm here and screw it. Well, the bad part is that you may last longer. And then you have all of these inner conditions that are creeping up. Heart disease, all the things that we go through, they're symptoms of your liver not being insulin resistant. There's a lot of things that happen, and it starts with your liver. And if you could get that cleaned up and then start eating correctly so that your body trusts you to feed it correctly and get enough protein, then that's half the battle. That is half the battle. I'm telling you. I do recommend this author highly. Ben Azadi, Azadi, and the book is Metabolic Freedom. And just think about it. He's got a bunch of free videos on YouTube that you can just listen to him. He's kind of dry and he kind of repeats himself and says a lot of words. But man, is he correct? He just has the information on this because he studied it for forever.
Well, the book, all right, so it's like I got an Audible, will be the subject of an upcoming book club. I don't know when, but it'll be upcoming book clubs. I have to get either the other two on board with it, or they have to get a similar book. All right, so look for that. So before we end up today, so we have two of the hosts, one of which is not here because she's on vacation. Has just come out with a book, Build It Right, and which I will be doing a review of in July for book club. All right, highly recommend it. And Michelle, what about you?
I have just published 3 guides that I'm still checking on the third one. That's part of the series. You can buy them singly, or you can just buy them all together. And they're a really tight, concise, kind of like a course, if you will, or just information. Pet parents can read it. Groomers can read it. One is Skin Essentials, and we talk about everything you need to keep the skin healthy. One of them is Mind of the Dog, and that talks about the way the dog thinks and acts and how to reach them better as you're grooming them and caring for them. And the last one is, I forget because I'm old. What is the name of the last one? The Twilight Years. So that is a lot of information on how to care for, groom, and do the paperwork on grooming older dogs. That's important to have with you, and write everything down, document everything so that everybody's on the same page and the dog is as safe as possible. So they go together as a 3-part guide, or you can get them singly. And those can be bought from the website allthingspaw.com, and you can also get it on Amazon for Kindle.
Very cool. Okay, so we are the fourth Tuesday of the month. We will see everybody the second Tuesday of July, and we will actually not meet for the second one in July because you know what? I'm going to be on vacation and I control the restream.
Good go. Okay.
All right. Let's see everybody.